Hello, friends, and welcome back to TJKidz Super Fun Stories, where imagination becomes reality. Today, we've got a hilarious one, the Runaway Lawnmower. Today's story is about a girl who will do just about anything to avoid having to cut the grass. And that may or may not include attempting to build an automatic lawnmower with her friends. What could go wrong, right? Well, I guess we're about to find out. So grab a comfy spot, get cozy, and join me for this adventure. The Runaway Lawnmower. Noel sat in ballet class, trying her best to focus on the routine. Miss Carey counted the beats, while the students practiced their steps. Everyone moved gracefully across the floor, except Noel. She was doing a move that looked suspiciously like she was rolling a bowling ball down a lane. "Noel," Miss Carey said, "what move is that? This is ballet, not bowling." "Oh, sorry," Noel said, snapping back to reality. "That's more like it," Miss Carey said as Noel returned to the routine. "Beautiful pas de bourrée." It wasn't that Noel didn't love dance class. She did. She was in so many classes, she sometimes mixed up the routines. But today, she wasn't thinking about dance at all. She was thinking about her birthday party last weekend at McTJ's Bowling and Arcade. It was the best day ever, and she kept replaying it in her mind. When class ended, Noel ran outside with her dog Chewbacca. Her dad was in the yard pushing the lawnmower across the giant lawn. He wiped sweat from his forehead. "Whew," he said. "I don't know how you two are playing out here in this heat. I'm melting." "You know, Noel, you're 11 now. Probably old enough to start helping me with the yard." "Cut the grass?" Noel replied. "I don't think so. I'm a girl, and just a kid. I've got playing to do." She squirted him with her squirt gun. "Hey," Dad said, "that's freezing." "I thought you said you were hot," Noel replied. Dad turned off the lawnmower and grabbed a squirt gun of his own. He chased her down, and the two of them ran around the yard, laughing and squirting. Chewbacca barked and chased them like he wanted to join the battle. Dad chased Noel into the front yard, but as he stepped over the curb, he tripped. "Ouch!" he yelled. Noel ran to him. "Are you okay?" Dad tried to stand, but his leg wobbled, and he sat back down. "I think you need to get your mom." Mom rushed outside, took one look at Dad's leg, and drove him straight to the hospital. After the x-rays, the doctor came in shaking his head. "I'm sorry to say, your leg is broken." The next few days were rough. Dad was stuck on the couch with his leg in a cast. Mom and Noel brought him snacks, water, pillows, and anything else he needed. Chewbacca kept jumping onto the couch and landing directly on Dad's cast. "Ouch!" Dad would scream. "He means well," Mom said. "Good thing I have this cast," Dad replied. "Otherwise he'd be breaking my leg all over again." One afternoon, Dad called Noel over. "Noel, I need your help," he said. "The lawn is only halfway cut, and I'm out of commission for at least 6 weeks. You're going to have to take over." Me? Noel said. But it takes forever, and I don't even know if I can push that thing. You can do it, Dad said. Plus, it'll build up your muscles for dance. You'll be even stronger. Dad crutched his way outside and sat in a lawn chair while he taught her how to start the mower, how to steer it, and how to shut it off when she let go. Noelle gave it a try. It took her ages to finish the rest of the lawn. She was sweaty, tired, and convinced she would not survive 6 more weeks of this. The next week, her friend Jillian called. "Want to play?" Jillian asked. "I can't," Noelle said. "I have to cut the stupid grass. It'll take me all day." "I have an idea," Jillian said. "I'll ride my dad's tractor over. We can cut it together. It'll be fun." Jillian lived about 1.5 miles away, but she showed up anyway, bouncing down the street on a giant tractor like it was totally normal. The neighbors all looked confused as she passed by, waving and tooting the little tractor horn. They rode around the yard laughing, but halfway through, the tractor sputtered and ran out of gas. Jillian called her dad, who had no idea she'd borrowed the tractor. He showed up with a gas can, shaking his head the entire time. He filled the tank, told Jillian they would be discussing this later, and drove the tractor home. "Well," Jillian said, "we definitely can't do that again." "We have to think of something," Noelle said. "I can't spend my whole life cutting grass." Then she had an idea. "Hey, you know what? My robot vacuum cleans the house by itself," Noelle said. "What if we can somehow attach it to the lawnmower? Then it can cut the grass while we play." "But we don't know anything about robotics," Jillian said. "I know someone who does," Noelle replied. They went to see Fisher, the neighbor kid who built robots for fun. "This is a terrible idea," Fisher said, "which means I'm in." The 3 of them worked on the project all week. Mom kept asking where the vacuum went. "Has anyone seen the vacuum? I think it's hiding from me." "Nope," Noelle would say. "Haven't seen it." Finally, the invention was ready. The lawnmower now operated like a giant outdoor robot vacuum. Fisher even built a remote control that controlled the power and speed. They set it in the yard. It worked. It actually worked. The mower rolled forward, cutting the grass in neat lines. "This is amazing," Noelle said. They started playing tag while the mower did the work. After a few minutes, Noelle noticed it was moving slowly. "We should turn up the speed," she said. "This is taking forever." "Not a good idea," Fisher warned. But Noelle and Jillian ignored him and cranked the speed to maximum. The mower lurched forward, bouncing across the yard and leaving tall patches of grass behind it. "Okay, maybe we should slow it." Before she could finish, the mower shot off the lawn and plowed straight through Mom's flower bed. "Uh-oh," Jillian said. They grabbed the remote and tried to slow it down, but the mower didn't respond. "It's not listening," Noelle shouted. The mower zipped across the street into Miss Jordan's yard, carving uneven zigzags through her grass. "Stop!" Noelle yelled as they chased it. The mower zipped past them, knocking over trash bins scattering garbage onto the street and leaving a trail of chopped up grass everywhere. Dogs started chasing it. Then the mower turned around and started chasing the dogs. Smoke puffed out of the engine as it barreled toward the neighborhood park, where a family was having a picnic. The family scrambled out of the way just before the mower ran over their blanket, slicing tomatoes in half and splattering tomato juice across their shirts. "We need to stop it," Noel said, chasing after it. A kid at the park handed her a baseball bat. "Use this. That thing is out of control." The mower zoomed toward a tree and slammed into it. It kept trying to move forward, wheels spinning wildly. Noel handed the bat to Fisher. "Now!" she shouted. Fisher whacked the mower until it finally sputtered and shut down. The neighborhood was a disaster. Grass everywhere, flowers destroyed, trash cans knocked over, tomato juice dripping from one very unhappy family. Noel gulped. "We're in so much trouble." When she got home, she found Mom and Dad in the living room. "Good news," Noel said. "I found the vacuum." She held up the smashed remains. Mom gave her a stern look. "Would you care to explain?" Noel told them everything. She told them about Jillian's tractor, building the robot mower, the runaway disaster, the baseball bat, the tomato-soaked family that nearly got run over. "I must say," said Mom, "it was a very creative idea, but also very dangerous. I'm glad no one got hurt." "You and your friends will need to fix every yard you damaged," Dad added, "and replant every flower." "And your allowance will be going toward a new vacuum until it's paid off," Mom said. So for the next week, Noel, Jillian, and Fisher mowed lawns, planted flowers, and cleaned up the neighborhood. Noel got stronger and faster with every yard she cut. At her next dance class, Miss Carey watched her leap across the room. "Wow," Miss Carey said, "your strength has really improved. I love your dedication to dance." Noel smiled. If she only knew. The end. And that is the end of our story, friends. What a day for Noel! One minute, she's trying to avoid mowing the lawn. The next, she's chasing a runaway robot mower through the neighborhood, dodging trash cans, flower beds, and one very tomato-covered picnic family. And even though it was a total disaster, she worked hard to fix every yard she messed up. And she got stronger in the process. And that leads me to a moral I learned from today's story. Sometimes when we try to take shortcuts, we end up creating a much bigger mess than the one we were trying to avoid. Doing things the right way, even when it's hard, usually saves us a whole lot of trouble. What about you? Did you learn something different? Hey, want to hear something funny? When I was little, my best friend Kyle used to drive his dad's tractor over to my house to cut the grass. I had a big yard and hated mowing it. Kyle volunteered to drive that tractor almost a mile down the road, bouncing along the whole way, just so we could save time and play afterward. Looking back, I can't believe his dad let him do that. And honestly, it probably took twice as long for him to get to my house on that slow tractor. We thought we were geniuses, But you know what? He's still my best friend to this day, and we still laugh about it. Well, that's it for today, friends. Thanks for tuning in. See you on the next one. Toodles!